Good morning. So I was saying on my last video how staying in Los Angeles is makes me feel uncomfortable. And I'll show you why. So as you can see, just a regular industrial park. You know, what you'd expect, some warehouses and some stuff, you know. But I'm going to switch out my side door here real quick. I'm going to try to do this covertly in case they see me do it, because they're on drugs or weirded out. I don't want them to draw too much attention, you know. So I know I did that quick. Like I said, I didn't want to draw too much attention. And yeah, I get a lot of homeless people are just people down on their luck or whatever. But also a lot of homeless people are people who are down on their luck because they have drug addictions or other legal problems, or just have mental issues. I have seen on multiple occasions out here, how'd you put it? Just people having mental breakdowns, and I have no idea what kind of disorders they have or what's going on, but they'll just be like screaming at themselves or screaming at nobody, throwing shit around, and it's really disturbing when you're here in LA and they do that. Like I said, when you wake up in the morning in the industrial park like this, you don't expect to wake up to any craziness. And so far, these apparently camping. Well, you see those trees right there? There's a set just like that right next to me. They're camping in between those trees. Like I said, they just make you feel uncomfortable. You see too many of them wig out or are on drugs or do crazy stuff, and you wake up with them all sleeping right next to you. And someone might say, you know, go park at the truck stop, but it's the same way down there. Crazies roaming around, and it's even potentially worse. So that, and you have to pay to park here in LA. And if you do find a good truck stop where there isn't anybody there, it's because you paid $20 and they have security running around and running people off. But anyway, I'm gonna leave that at that. That's my little rant about California and why I don't like coming down here to LA. I mean, Northern California in most places is pretty good, as soon as you get up near Sacramento. And Sacramento's not perfect either. It's got its issue. Any big city's not perfect, but at least there's not 10 bajillion freaking homeless people. I mean, last night there was nobody around, and I went to bed going, oh, maybe I found a spot. But no, wake up this morning and there's people. So anyway, that's it, buddy. So this is the carnival ride trailer. You can see it better with this camera, a lot better. Still has no brakes. He said he was going to fix the brakes before I picked it up. He never got around to it, and then he sent me with extra money to get it fixed, and there was a full day wait at the shop here, so that hasn't happened. I'm probably going to end up just running it. It's so light that if you crumpled it up in a ball and set it on the back of my truck, it would still be legal. It doesn't need to be a trailer. It could be a box on the back of my truck, is what I'm saying. Which is to say, I don't have any problem stopping it as far as safety. Now, technically, yeah, if it were to swerve or something, I don't have a way to engage the trailer brakes alone. However, the trailer brakes on this particular area of trailer have quite a long delay. Trailer brakes today have a tank back there, surge tank of sorts, where your air fills up this tank And then your brake signal line just sends a signal, tells it to open a valve to press the brakes. Well, with this old of a trailer, they didn't have that. All your brake pressure is actually applied from the service line, which means from the time I pull that lever to the time the brakes in the back actuate, when new was around a second to a second and a half. And my experience is once these trailers are 50 years old, that reaction can be as slow as 3 to 5 seconds. And technically, yeah, you could say something's wrong with them at that point, but it's just the nature of having, you know, semi-corroded lines and airbags that, you know, aren't perfect. And in none of these carnival rides, they're not gonna make them perfect because, you know, it's a tight margin profit-based business, and they only have certain days of the year they can work. So they just they run as tight as possible. So even what they will pay to get the brakes fixed, like I said, but they aren't gonna like go through and redo all the brakes in the trailer to make it so it has a quick reaction time and all that stuff. It just doesn't make sense financially, because to do that you'd be replacing the whole brake system, and even if you replaced the whole brake system, you'd still be at that 1 second or so delay because of the design that this has, unless you were to totally refit it, and nobody's going to do that because all this stuff is specialized and hard mounted to this trailer. So anyway, I'm probably going to run this all the way to Louisiana with no brakes. I've made it out of California. California is the state where they inspect you every 15 minutes for no reason. There's no other reason why anybody would stop me and inspect me on this trailer. All the lights are working, all the rest of it's all 100% functional. But that being said, I am on the road, and that's why the last time I hauled it, I wasn't worried about the weight or the brakes, is because of the weight on it. It's so light. This truck I'm driving right now has better than average brakes because I have all six hubs have disc brakes on it, and most semi trucks still run drums in the back. Disc brakes on semis really didn't become a mainstream thing until around the mid to late 2000s, and then even then it was seen as a like a luxury, you know, because basically the only reason they're any better than the drums on these trucks is because they don't get as hot. They have better cooling capacity, and I find that the pads last a little bit longer on the discs than the drums. But I think again that's a heat thing. When you're going down the hills and they get hot, well, you go through pads a lot quicker. Anyhow, so the disc brakes have become common here in the late 20-teens and early 2020s here. A lot of trucks have them now, but it's still probably a 50-50 split of trucks with drums and trucks with discs. Your cheaper Freightliners and your cheaper Volvos, they have drums, but any of your owner-operator spec trucks, they all have disc brakes nowadays, unless somebody specifically asked for it without, or was trying to pinch some pennies on their truck build. But anyway, that's it for this morning. I've picked up this trailer. You guys already saw the location I picked it up, because it was the same location I dropped it. It literally was in the exact same spot as I left it. The only thing that appears to be different is he's taken off a couple of the extra things that were strapped down on the top just for transport down here. There was like a little kitty helicopter that was on there, and he swapped around some of the gates that were on here. There was like all the gates when you're at the carnival that you have to walk through when you're in line. He switched out some of that stuff. I don't know what else. It looked like he tried to work on the brakes. He had a whole bunch of tools underneath of it, and they even tried to work on them when I was there, but you know, I have to get moving. So anyway, that's it for now. I will get back to you if anything exciting happens, and we'll try to get some good video and photos of it here, maybe at a scenic view or, good place to pull out. Not at the fuel island. Well, this will be the last day I have hold of this trailer. I'm on 287. I don't know the name of the town I'm in, but about an hour west or hour east of Amarillo. Just doing my last walk around safety check, making sure the tires are all on it. Amazing. It was moss and nastiness. This trailer is so old. Excuse me. I was planning on getting more video on this particular run, but I really haven't felt good the last couple of days. So I've just been working, and when I wasn't working, sleeping. Boy, that's getting worse. I gotta fix that. I'm afraid that whole section could fall off and go under the tires. It'd be a bad day. The interesting part about this fuel station is the diesel pumps and the DEF are separate, which means you can fuel them both at the same time. $3 a gallon for DEF. It isn't a great price for DEF, but the diesel I'm paying $2.89 a gallon. Well, I filled up just the other day for $4 a gallon. It was like $4.25 in California. So, yeah, definitely don't want to buy fuel in California if you can help it. Well, so it took a couple days. I wasn't feeling very good to deliver that carnival ride, and I delivered it in the middle of the night. And I thought that I was going to take a 34-hour reset and come back to the same location, where I would have then filmed the where I delivered it at and the trailer I was going to pick up from there. But the trailer picking up from there fell through. So I stopped, took a 34, showered, did some laundry, and now I'm I couldn't find a load out of there, so I'm going to run up to Little Rock, pick up a short little 50-mile load. They're only paying $500, but since it's only 50 miles and 2 hours to get there, that's not too bad. So I will get some pictures and some videos of that one, hopefully, and I'll get back with you. Otherwise, the guy that I delivered that load down there with, he is going to have me come back at some point and pick up the trailer he bought down here. He just hasn't got the financing stuff taken care of. I didn't know he was financing it. I just found that out once I got down here, of course, that he had finished the financing, or there was still some stuff with the financing to go through. But anyhow, we'll get back to you when we pick up the next one. And I have no idea what this is. He said it's a step deck trailer with some stuff on it. She said it was all strapped down, and apparently somebody's going to escort me from the location I pick it up to the location I deliver it. So I don't know if it's equipment or what, but anyway, I'm on my way to Little Rock to pick up the load going to, I think it's called Secros or something. I don't know, like I said, 50 miles up the road from Little Rock. And then we'll try to get a load leaving Little Rock, going anywhere else, I guess. We haven't figured out or thought that far ahead. My wife's working on it. Trailer's delivered. It's only about 50 miles down the road. Distance check.
You got paperwork by anything?
Yeah, I got something we're gonna electronically sign here in just a second. I gotta get I take a video in case you tomorrow are like, look at this big dent in the side I did with the excavator, but I'm blaming on the driver. You know what I mean?
We'll get it.
This is pretty neat here. Some brand new facilities, some really old facilities. Natural gas pump house or something the same. I don't know anything about natural gas, but apparently this is where it comes from. Or at least pumped or serviced or something done here. Kind of neat. You can tell how old it is just looking at these buildings. It's like some kind of power plant or refinery there. Those big boiler stacks. Extra pipe.